What will the COVID-19 virus mean for the 2020 Twin Cities real estate market? Stay tuned. Hi, it's Lisa Dunn with Remax Results in the Change Agents Group. Where I'd like to start is with some of the historical data where our housing market has been from 2008 to today. And the reason I'd like to do that is that I'm getting a lot of questions from people with concerns about what's happening with the coronavirus today and wondering if the housing market is going to crash the same way it did in 2008. I'd like to go through the differences between 2008 and today because they are significant. And I think that this information will help alleviate the fears that you have about the current housing market. And while I can't predict the future, what I can do is share factual information with you. More often than not, facts will help overcome your fear. Our market is in a very different place than it was in 2008. I'd like to share some graphs with you. On this graph, you'll see in 2003, 2004, and 2005, it was really simple to get a loan. We often called them liar loans because all you had to do was verbally give information to the loan officer. There were no documents, no papers involved. All you had to do is just say, yes, I make $100,000 a year, and they'd hand the money over to you. Today, there's a lot of verification that happens in regards to getting a loan. On this graph, you'll see the Mortgage Credit Availability Index. The higher the index is on this graph, the easier it was to get a loan. And you'll see here in 5, 6, and 7, it was very easy to get a loan. Versus today, it has been where it has been for the last couple of years as far as the index availability of credit has remained about the same. We are nowhere near where we were in 2008 in regards to how easy it is to get a loan. The second way that we're different from 2008, we had a record number of homes on the market in 2008. If you look at this graph on the bottom, you'll see in 2008 through 2008 into 2009, we had anywhere between 8.5 and 10 months of inventory on the market. It's just a fancy way of telling us the availability of the number of homes for sale. And today, we have less than 2 months. We're at about 1.6 months of inventory on the market. So that's another way we're different. We have a lot fewer homes on the market in the Twin Cities area than we did in 2008. And across the market in the Twin Cities, there are 6 buyers for every home that's on the market. That was definitely not true in 2007 or 2008. The other thing that's different between today and 2008 is that back then, people were pulling a lot of equity out of their home. They were using their home like a piggy bank. And there were a ton of home equity line of credit loans that were being done. Here you'll see from 2005 to 2007, there were $824 billion worth of home equity lines of credit loans versus today, 232. Stark difference. And in fact, today, 50% of the people across the country have at least 50% of equity in their homes. So the market in general is in a really different place than it was in 2008. So here's what's happening today. We have more listings on the market now. We have sales that are rising. The median sales price of what homes are worth throughout the Twin Cities is also on the rise. It continues to be a very, very strong market for those homes priced under $350,000. So what's next? Well, I can't tell you what will happen in the next month or so. I can tell you that a lot of people are continuing to put their home on the market, and there are buyers that are continuing to look in the marketplace. Real estate agents, mortgage officers, and title companies have been deemed as essential workers. And the people that we are working with right now are people that have been in the middle of a transaction before all of this started. And for our clients, the people that have to move, they're moving into assisted living communities because their health requires them to move to a place with services. Our folks that need to move are the folks that we're working with. What we're going to be watching in the marketplace are what happens with mortgages, showing activity, how many showings are happening on our listings, and then how many homes are on the market. You can trust that we'll continue to get you up-to-date information about what's happening in the market so that if you are planning on downsizing, and if you need to do it now during this time where things are kind of uncertain, you have an open invitation to call for a complimentary consultation anytime. We're not doing a lot of home visits during this crisis, but we are spending a lot of time on the phone with folks, either reassuring them or going through our assessment process to help them determine if now is the right time to sell. So feel free to reach out, contact me directly. I'd be glad to talk through with you what's happening in the market and what it will mean for you in your particular circumstances. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and make it a great day.